I'm going to give my state of the program for Baylor women's soccer since the 2025 season has concluded. Apologize for looking out because I cannot memorize all this stuff. It was a painful loss to Ohio State, double overtime, 2-1. They just got outplayed in that game. But look at the number of corner kicks, number of shots, especially on goal. That was one of the differences. Yes, Baylor got stops, but not enough stops, and they didn't get the ball in their own end as much offensively. Thus, Baylor finishes the year 14-5 and 5-4 overall. Obviously, in the Big 12, 7-3-1, and that's both of those are improvement from a year ago. There's no shadow of doubt. And they were preseason picked 10th in the Big 12. They finished higher than that. They finished at 5th. I would have thought top 8 would have been realistic going into the year, but they finished even higher than I thought. They definitely surpassed my expectations. Not just from the preseason wise, but for me as well. In addition, I would have thought maybe like around the 32. It depended on the matchup to make it Sweet 16, but to make it a Sweet 16, that's pretty good. Yes, it could have been like one game further, but that was a double overtime game against an Ohio State team, mind you, that beat Georgia on the road, first round, 2-0, and then beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame in double overtime. So, yeah, there's not really anything you could do about that. And whoever won this game anyway was going to go on the road to 3-seed Florida State. And I just didn't see Baylor winning that game in hindsight. I mean, if Baylor would have won, I don't think they would have won. But you never know. That's why the games are played. Obviously, there are like a few games I would dare to say Baylor would want to get back, like Texas A&M game number 1. And same thing goes for the Denver game, given how many shots and corner kicks they had compared to Denver, especially with 11 versus 10 with the red card situation. That's only 2 games in a knock-on, I would dare to say. And then, obviously, that Texas, in terms of conference, that Texas Tech game is definitely number 1. Texas Tech only won that game because of a PK. That's it. And honestly, I know there's a bad performance against TCU at TCU. They want to get back for sure, but it's nothing like a 1-goal loss. Or even a tie against Houston. That's probably one of the other ones I would definitely say get that one back. They would have finished higher in the conference besides the Texas Tech game. So that sounds crazy, but they could have finished higher. Obviously, they did advance in the Big 12 tournament. Quote-unquote, beat Tech. Yes, I know it counted as a tie, but still. But then they had a bad game against BYU. They lost that 4-0. Now, obviously, who are some key players definitely going to be gone next year due to graduation? One of them is not Azul Alvarez. She actually has another year of eligibility, according to Michelle Leonard, that heard in interviews. Like an interview with Matt Mosley. So that is a good get back. And this is pending transfer portal as well. And the transfer portal window for this sport is... It's already started like 6 days ago. And it ends December 16th. Tyler Isrig is definitely one of those big losses they're going to have to fill. And there's obviously Kai Hayes. That's definitely gone. That's 2 starters right there. And then there's 3 on the back line with Blythe Dobar getting her 6th year. The Augustin sisters, Hallie and Hannah, losing both would really hurt. That does hurt some. And I noticed like 2 other seniors, but they're more like backup roles, like Ashley Zirkle. She didn't play as much. And there's obviously Morgan Greasage, which... Yeah, she only played in 1 game all year. So they do have to replace a few starters, like a handful, but not like 5, pending transfer portal. But still, and they do add in like 4 players to the class of 2026. There's like a midfielder, Burnley Bohannon, Kendall Mason that's a forward from Heliotes, Texas. There's Haley Smith, a goalkeeper from St. John's, Florida, and Grace White, a forward from Ellsbury, Missouri. And y'all could check out the article for that. They also do need to fill in the gaps with other needs. I would dare to say, like, definitely defender, because the number of players they're going to lose due to graduation there. Definitely that. And even like in the midfield with Tyler Isrig and Kai Hayes. But they could be also looking at some other, like maybe a forward is needed. But for this program to take a step forward from last year to this year, both conference-wise and overall record, and even making the NCAA tournament and winning 2 rounds, that's a really good foundation for the program, and there's no doubt Michelle Leonard's the right coach for the program right now. And future looks really good. They do have a lot of returners as well. I mean, potential. Like a Lauren Olmhole, maybe Adriana Merriam plays a little bit more down the line. Holly Conrad is a junior right now. Natalie Votter at defender. Ariana Jemison, Teresa McCullough. I know there's some other players like Celia Kalnick, that's a junior. And I know there's some other players that didn't play that a ton, but still. They got some returners. I mean, some starters potentially coming back. We have to wait and see what happens, though. But I am proud of this team. There's no doubt about that. Because back in the preseason, I would have thought, if you told me they go to a Sweet 16 this year, I would take it. And they did that. Unexpectedly. In terms of like the national perspective. So we have to wait and see what happens in the offseason here. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe button. See you guys later on the road. 8 unsubscribed goals, help me goals, 1,000 more. Some of more this course, like video, comment video really helps YouTube backgrounds. Some more people see sharing the videos up as well. Some more people can watch. And if you're watching, not subscribe, hit the subscribe button for the notification bell as well. And there is no 5 for 5 rule for sure. By the way, it's been tabled as in like delayed. That's why I'm saying that. And I already knew about Azul Alvarez getting another year. And I think it's possibly because she didn't play that 1 year at TCU. So that might be the reason. But that's what I heard in an interview with Michelle Leonard on the Matt Mosley show. So that's probably why she's getting that another year, because of she didn't play that 1 year at TCU. So having her potentially back would really help going into next year. And we'll have to wait and see what the schedule is as well, both in the non-con and the conference.